So we got men who believe in sodomy. So we got the Do Re Mi song, right? Sodomy fa sol la ti. So anyway, sodomy is when you are forced into oral copulation or anal, and most victims are children. And I would say I was a child victim of sodomy. And the white brotherhood, you know, here in America you have your churches and your brotherhoods. Each race and countries have their own brotherhoods, but I think the white brotherhood felt very guilty because they did not take me out of the environment that I was left in by my mother. So my biological mother chose to leave me with a man, and that you need to understand what a third world mentality is, that you know, he's not the father, he's not the bloodline, so it made it it made it legitimate. And I'm not blaming anybody or my father or anything, my stepfather, but there were certain men in my life that, you know, believed in sodomy. And if in a third world country, when you come from money, they live out their fantasies and so forth with the empowerment of money. And I think people need to come to terms with the different cultures, especially those who are third world, which are like considered immigrants. They're coming in from other countries with their own cultural views, from stemming from poverty, and you can't change them. You can force them into abiding by the law of the United States, but you cannot change their way of living, or you know, their mentality towards children too. Children are the most susceptible because they're young, they're fresh, innocent. They're able to manipulate and mold them to what they need sexually and mentally from a person, a human. So when people say human trafficking, they don't think in their mind that it's usually children under 18. Here in America, in Latin countries, I think at 15 you're considered an adult. Okay. So anyway, sodomy, and then there's masochism. So my last friend was a masochist, Sodom S&M. So this type of personality likes abnormal acts, and that's stemming probably from childhood. Because if you think about it, boys start masturbating at 8, 9. They're virgins until about maybe 16. So that's a good 8, 9 years of fantasies that lead into perversities, and just for the euphoric feeling and sensation, because they're led into a world of responsibility at a young age. So for those who are dealing with that type of personality, I would suggest to slowly leave their life, not just disappear. They will get angry, they will look for you, they will feel like fools, they'll feel like they'll feel rejected, thinking that you believe that they're perverse or whatever. And it's not a perversity, it is just a fantasy that they enjoy, the euphoric feeling. That's what they live off of, because their life is so controlled. Okay, so when you live in a controlled environment where you are, you know, structured into a certain way of living, you have to find ways of enjoying life for yourself. And his way was abnormal sex acts behind closed doors. And you have to be prepared, because you don't know until it happens. It can be considered rape if you don't like him. It's simple. If you don't like him, you can get him for rape. And that's my conquer of all you hoes. You just didn't like him enough. That's all. You know. But it didn't lead to marriage. It didn't get me nowhere with him. So goodbye. Sodomy false sola di.